episode of the Hate to Interrupt podcast, Bill O'Reilly's #1 War on Christmas podcast in the entire world. It is I, the Grinch from Krampus.
And I'm the chill Grinch today, and also Nick from Stock Culture.
And I'm Ghoulish. What's it going, everybody?
Wait, do you guys know about the chill Grinch?
You keep sending like videos and mentioning it in videos. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck the chill Grinch is. Anyway, everyone introduce everyone first, and then talk to us about the chill Grinch.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, Nick, you go.
I'm Sean Hannity.
Oh, nice. We have the perfect war on Christmas. We have the battle lines are drawn for the war on Christmas right now.
Yeah, it's a war on Christmas. They're killing Christmas. They spit Jesus in his face and said, "No, fuck you, no more Christmas. It's happy holidays now."
Does the Tim household have Fox News playing? Is that where this is coming from?
Mine does.
Oh, Fox News is for basic white ass bitches. All right, I'm all up on Breitbart. Okay, I'm up all on Newsmax. I'm next level shit right there.
You gotta get on One American News Network. That's where the true freaks go.
Yeah, whatever that is.
God damn it! All right.
Anyway, talk to us about Chill Grinch.
Oh, I really wanted horror for Christmas, so I think that's what we're gonna do today.
Yeah, this is our holiday spooktacular. So, Culture Nick, what is Chill Grinch?
Oh well, the chill Grinch it's kind of spooky. If in a certain way, yeah. It's basically I think it's the one guy started it, and it's basically just different images of a blue Grinch with like Zoomer type haircuts, and he hangs out with bras and huz and gets knee surgeries. And do you know that? I'm just doing so
what
much
the
brain.
fuck are you talking about?
I'm doing brain rot. I'm sorry, but
this isn't some like shitty like NFT scam that like people that you're trying to sell on us, right?
Oh no, you don't have to buy it. You can just watch it.
You
and
just
you lose
appreciate
your mind. You lose all.
you just appreciate blue chill Grinch.
Yeah, you just lose all your cognitive skills and motor skills if you watch it for more than 5 hours. But
so this episode we picked two horror Christmas themed movies. Which one? What do we want to start with?
Let's do Krampus.
All right, let's start with Krampus from 2015.
Yeah, let's do
Culture
Krampus.
Nick,
yeah,
you've been talking about this, so do you want to kind of introduce it to audiences who do not know what this movie is?
Yeah, so Krampus is he's sort of like the bizarro Santa Claus, you know. Krampus is a movie with Adam Scott and Toni Collette and David Koechner, I think his name is, like the guy from
David
Anchorman.
Koechner?
No.
Yeah, Todd
it's
Koechner.
So I haven't. Hold on.
I think you mean David.
So
Koechner?
hold on. So I'm just gonna say this now. Since I have a platform to deface somebody's name, I'm gonna go ahead and do it now. I bought tickets to watch this guy do stand up like 5 years ago, and it was the day before I was gonna go see that fucking guy, and he fucking canceled. I had like everything planned out. I was like taking a girl on a date. I was like, I'm gonna go see David, whatever the fuck. And his ass canceled the day goddamn before, bro. The day goddamn. What is wrong with that guy, bro? Fuck. Anyways,
So it ruined your day.
But for anyone listening, David Koechner, he's like a staple in a lot of the Judd Apatow movies from the 2000s.
He's the guy in The Office that's always fucking horny.
Yeah, and his name
is it's not Koechner, but
that's how it's spelled.
Nick is the king of mispronouncing names.
That's how he spells it, bro. Why does he have a name that's spelled so dumb?
Does he strictly eat kosher?
Well, yeah, I mean, Krampus. Yeah, Krampus is it's a Christmas horror movie featuring the bizarro Santa Claus who comes and he punishes people who stop believing in the power of Christmas, which is kind of a cool concept, I guess. I mean, what do you guys think of Krampus?
Yeah, I think it's fun concept is kind of where it ends for me, because everything else about this movie just kind of disappointed or annoyed me, because first 30 minutes I was like, my God, these are the most annoying fucking characters I've ever had to sit through. And all the characters that I'm supposed to like, I don't like. And I just wanted to see them all slaughtered, and it didn't even give me that.
Yeah, I pretty much I think like the first 10 minutes, I immediately 2x speed like the next 15 to 20 minutes of the movie, because I was already just fed up with this. I was like, I can't stand this shit. I know I use this term a lot, but I was giga cringing so hard. I was unbelievably cringing hard on how annoyingly shitty these characters were, and I was just, fuck, if this is going to be the rest of the movie, I'm just going to 2 times speed this a little bit. And luckily, the movie actually changed gears and actually delivered on what I actually wanted from the movie, kind of, until
Once
it
you
just
two
stopped
times
being that
speed
as
it,
well.
as soon as you made it
No.
quicker, it was like, all right, now
This is sick.
the motors are
Well,
really
no,
going
I
now.
2 times speed all the shitty dinner dialogue conversations because I was not having it. I was like, fuck this. Already done with this. And it was only when Kronkus showed up with his goons, with his gooners, that I was just, okay, finally, the thing that I showed up for, the thing that I actually watched the movie for. But it's really fucking frustrating for a movie like this because it's PG-13. So I'm already just having this sudden realization where I'm just like, oh yeah, this is a horror movie for babies. It's baby's first horror movie where nothing of actual consequence happens, and because the babies need to get seethed into watching
No,
this
a lot of
spooky
good horror movies
movies.
are PG-13. First of all,
Yeah, but
Like
a
what?
lot of great PG and PG-13 horror movies actually commit to leaving actual lasting consequences. Here, Kronkus just pranks
what are
them
you
for like
kidding
an
me?
hour and a half, and
They're
then
Lasting
just like,
con-
oh, okay,
they're trapped in a snow globe
whatever. You
forever,
said you
bro.
were sorry?
Yeah,
Cool,
what
great.
can be
I'll just
literally
automatically change it.
what can be worse than being trapped in the pocket universe of Dark Santa Claus and a snowball and fucking like a bookshelf filled with other stolen families?
So
That's
I'll
like
just say,
the worst nightmare.
I didn't hate it as much as they did. I mean, I won't say it's amazing, but like it was fun. It was kind of like if like National Lampoon's fucking Christmas Vacation like
They encountered an
was
eldritch
fucked up.
being.
Yeah, which I think is fun. I do think it did feel a little bit neutered. I think like if it was R-rated, it probably would have been a little bit more sick. But like it was enjoyable. It was like a nice little fun horror Christmas movie.
Yeah, and the
See,
fact that like
that's not even fair to say because like I don't buy this excuse of, oh, if it was rated R, like it could have been way more effective. Like fucking Jaws is PG for babies and still it delivered on its scares and its terror way more effectively than anything that fucking happened in this film.
you have
Because
to keep
this
in mind though
entire
that the
time
PG rating
ju-
back
ev-
then was way different than it is now.
Yeah, they
I
used to
understand that.
let nipples in PG-13, Tim.
I
I'm
understand
pretty
that,
sure
but
the Outlaw
still.
Josie Wales is a G-rated movie and it has a fucking full-on titties in it.
That's hot. But but the point I'm trying to say is that this film has just no balls whatsoever because every single okay, I'll give it this. They had the balls to kill off kids. That's great. Awesome. Very rarely does that happen in a horror movie. So I was like, okay, at least you're making that effort. But I swear to fucking God, rather than actually delivering something actually scary or any meaningful horror set piece, they're like, nope, we're gonna cut away now. We're gonna transition because isn't it scary that the gooners they ganged up and did their thing, but we're not gonna show you it because it's for babies. This is babies' first horror movie, same way Pokemon
But I
is
think that
babies'
is
first RPG.
but I do
It's
think
like
that is
Jesus Christ.
but I think that is due to the R rating though. Like it genuinely does feel like they just couldn't show certain things, you know.
I think this could you imagine how much cooler the ending would have been? Because the whole point of the ending is like, okay, you all thought they were killed off screen, but instead they're trapped in like an eternal hell in a snow globe, which is kind of scary on its own right. But it would have been so much better if like you had these kids and these annoying ass characters getting completely mauled and like ripped into pieces, and then when he does get the like, no, wait, I changed my mind, and then he wakes up in the perfect world, oh my gosh, my family's all back. You still would have had that payoff.
I
Getting that
expected
classic slasher villain,
I
trope.
expected whenever he pulled him
Yeah.
into that pit at the end, I was like, I hope he's like just in like some form of hell,
Just
with
like
his,
Hellraiser
chest,
is down there.
chest flayed
I
open,
honestly would have
and like
preferred
all of this
that.
is
Yeah,
just
because like
all of this
It's
is
not-
just like a memory being planted into his head while he's just getting fucking tortured.
It's not the movie's fault that you guys want to see children murdered on screen. So I don't know why you're blaming
don't get it a
Adam
lot.
Scott and company for that, but
I think it was fun.
You guys have to at least give it to the movie that the creature design was fucking
Oh man,
awesome.
that's
It's
my
so
favorite
cool.
part. Is the creature design and the practical effects were fucking awesome. the final half of this movie where you see all the elves, all of his like fucked up little like specifically the jester in the attic was my favorite character design.
Oh,
That just
yeah,
like jester with the like
I really
big mouth
liked
of teeth.
I really liked
The
the
tree
Jack in the
topper?
Box one, the snake Jack in the Box thing.
Yeah, that's
or
what I was
whatever.
talking
That
about.
was
The
really
jester
cool.
thing.
Yeah, like
So
I
cool.
do appreciate that it's primarily practical effects in terms of the actual creature designs. I do admire that. It's very obvious the film is trying to go for like a Joe Dante, Gremlins, Small Soldiers type shit with this
Yeah.
film.
I wish it would have gone less intentionally funny. Like I think like
Because
a
it
lot
just
of the
wasn't
stuff.
funny.
I'm the
Yeah.
opposite. I wish it went full on funny. Like I wish it went full on just bonkers comedy. Because I think that's what's so frustrating about this experience is that it just could not decide what it wanted to be. It couldn't decide. It tried to half-ass both the man, this is a serious family drama about being with family and understanding the true meaning of Christmas. Jesus.
Christmas.
It was never that,
but
Tim. It was never
also
trying to be
having
a serious family drama
that was
at
like
any
the whole
point.
theme of the movie. The whole theme of the movie was
It didn't
oh,
feel.
you
It didn't
don't
really
believe
feel
in
like
the
that. It
spirit
definitely got sillier as it
anymore?
went,
Yeah.
but it always felt kind of like goofy, even from the just due to the actor choices in general. It was like obviously meant to be a comedy, but
Yeah, I mean, just the
yeah.
casting choice of casting David Koechner in to begin with, it kind of establishes that this movie isn't taking itself that seriously. Like, yeah, there's some, it's trying to tackle some kind of serious overtone of believing in family ties and at Christmas or whatever.
Because you got to tie in that Christmas theme.
Yeah, it's not taking itself that seriously though. I wouldn't say it's like.
I just wish it fully committed though, because there are still like, yeah, I understand that the movie is self-aware in a sense that they have fucking Looney Tunes sound effects in the film. I completely understand that. I just wish they fully committed. Like they should have fully committed either to being like a Joe Dante type B-movie camp fest, because there's still so many moments of like dumb fucking cliche serious moments where Adam Scott's like, go, I'll sacrifice myself so that you, my family, can live forever or whatever. And I'm like, fuck off, dude.
I was really excited when they just
1,000
killed the
fucking
sister in the
times.
beginning and they backpedaled it. I was like, oh shit, they just killed that shit? That chick?
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
There was like 3 different scenes where they were like, no, I'll stay back and hold them off. And then they died. And then the next person would be like, no, kids, I'll stay back and hold them off. And that happened 3 times in a row in the final 15 minutes.
The grandma. She's trying to save us.
And the dad, and then
she's trying to save us, Dad.
And she did. So
she did.
Don't say that she didn't. She helped. She did her part.
No, she didn't. They got trapped in a snow globe.
Yeah,
she
she
failed.
stayed behind to chill with Cronkus. She was like, yo, remember me, Cronkus? I was the little girl in my stupid backstory.
But well, hold on.
Saved
Let's
Cronkite.
can we give ratings just so I can actually see where we all stand here?
I'm a 4 out of 10 on this one.
8 out of 10.
Damn.
I also gave it a 4 out of 10, yeah.
I'm totally.
Yeah.
I didn't even like this movie. I was just. I was just like
talking with us the entire time.
Yeah.
I'm at a 5 with it. I give it a 5.
I thought it was fun. I mean, I thought it was fun. I thought it was
it's a
also,
fun turn on during Christmas at a party and like play in the background.
It was very stupid. I really just like it just for the creature designs alone. I thought Krampus as a character was very cool.
I watched it on like one of those.
That's kind of about it though.
I watched it on one of those illegal sites, and when I searched Krampus, it showed like 8 movies, and they all looked fucking terrible. Like I literally want to like after this podcast, I might go sit down and watch like 2 of the low ass budget, terrible looking Krampus movies.
Yeah.
Are they made from other countries or?
A lot of them look like they're
Probably.
US made.
Yeah, I did like Cronkus' design. I kind of liked Cronkus as this like little goober. He's like this prankster who's just like, teehee, I'm wiping your tear to think that I'm being sincere, but then
funny.
actually I'm going to throw you into the pits of hell. That was a real hashtag Cronkus moment. I was just
enjoyed
like,
how
hell
that
yeah.
happened, and then all of his little goons are like, hey, you got fucking pranked.
Like,
You
Tim,
got
are you saying that
fucking loser.
Cronkus is basically the Jonkler?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
he's the Jonkler of Christmas. He's like Kronk from Emperor's New Groove, but as Krampus. So I'm calling him Krampus
Yzma.
because he, yeah. Who's
Do
Oh
going?
yeah.
Do
It's
you,
all coming
do you think
together.
do you think the Joker could beat Krampus in a fight?
Depends. Which Joker are we talking about?
Just the best Joker.
Who's
Whatever.
the best Joker?
I mean,
Okay,
Cool,
Mark
if-
Hamill.
the Caesar Romero Joker from
who's
the
the,
Adam
who's
West
the most
Batman
who's
series.
the most powerful Joker?
Mark
Who-
Hamill's Batman the Animated Series Joker. I guess
Didn't they just do like a faceless Joker run on Batman? I read about that.
that was
He
like
just-
10 years ago. That was in
Oh,
the
really?
New 52.
Just cutting people's
I
faces
have that
off.
comic sitting on my shelf right now.
Wouldn't it
Apparently-
technically be the Batman who laughs? Because he's
That's not Joker. That is Batman.
but he's Joker-fied somehow, isn't he?
He is, but he's not
Yeah,
the
but
Joker.
he's a Jonkler Batman.
He's
so
Bruce Wayne that
means-
turns into the Joker.
So
So he's
all right,
still
so
a
he's the
Jonkler.
Joker.
Not really. He's still called Batman though.
What the fuck do you mean? Not really? If that's a Jonkler.
Yeah,
He's
Bruce.
the Batman who laughs. So he is Batman who likes to laugh, but he is not Joker.
He's Bruce Jonkler Wayne.
Yes.
So could he beat Krampus?
Jonkler is just
Probably,
a
I don't
concept.
know. I never
Jonkler
read
is
that.
whatever you want it to be.
He still has a
Jonkler
lot
is
of money.
whatever
I think
gender
money
you want.
outclasses. No, Krampus has magic though. He has Christmas
Krampus
magic.
has magic, yeah. And
Wait,
Batman's pretty weak to magic.
Is it true that the Batman who laughs somehow absorbed Dr. Manhattan's power energy and now can do anything? Basically, he's like
I
a
have no
god.
fucking clue. I've not been
What are
keeping
you
up on
talking
these
about?
comics.
That's
What the
true.
hell are you talking
Is that
about?
real?
No, this happened. This happened. in
Dr.
the-
Manhattan's not part of like the DC universe.
Yes, he is. Gulif, isn't he?
Dr. Manhattan, he is now.
Kind
Yeah,
of.
they own him.
And he's in the
Well-
Doomsday Clock. There was a crossover event. And now all the
Well, I
Watchmen
wanna-
characters are in DC.
I don't want to talk about Doomsday Clock. I hate that series so much.
All right, well then you know Tim.
Well, okay, they're only in the DC universe because DC and Jeff Johns are fucking assholes and made it that way. That's the only reason why they're in it. They have no reason to be in the DC universe just because.
I've only read the first
been
issue
so
of the
long.
Doomsday Clock. I haven't read the whole thing.
Yeah,
Oh.
it doesn't matter. It's I don't know. I just want them to leave Watchmen alone, please. For the
But
love of
this
God.
this actually raises even a more important question. That's sorry. We'll get back to Christmas in like 2 seconds. But who would win in a fight, Ozymandias or Batman?
I saw you post this. I haven't.
It's a
read
good
Watchmen.
question.
Probably Ozymandias, honestly.
I was saying Ozymandias, dude. He can fucking catch a bullet, bro.
Well, you're gonna
He's
have
also, like-
Batman glazers that are like, well, actually, if Batman had enough prep time, he could beat God.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer nitpicker, but I personally don't see the point in questions like these because whether or not Ozymandias and or Batman can kick the other person's ass is like entirely dependent on the writer's decision. It's just dependent on who the writer likes more than the other. So like,
but we're the
We're not-
reader.
We're not
We can-
writing.
this-
We're just
yeah. This is a
thinking
different.
theoretically.
no, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying like
Bro
hypothetically.
clearly has never
if
read
this
any
comic-
respect threads on Reddit.
No, I
Bro
understand
clearly
that,
hasn't
but, like,
read respect for it,
hypothetically speaking, if like some dipshit comic book writer was like, "Yeah, I want to make Ozymandias v Batman, Dawn of Justice, or some shit," you know, like who wins that?
But let's
just
say-
is dependent
but let's
on
say-
who the writer likes
hold
more
on.
than the other.
Let's say
Yeah.
let's say God wrote it, like the Bible, right? God wrote the Bible, right?
God
So-
didn't write the
so-
Bible.
Yeah, Alan Moore wrote it, which is
No,
just as
God-
good.
No, the Bible was written through prophets who were speaking the word of God. So it was really God who wrote
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
So
All right.
let's
okay.
say
If you say
so,
so.
no, so hold on. So let's say those same prophets, right? Those same prophets who wrote the Bible wrote this story. It would be pretty matter of fact, right? It'd be pretty
I
true.
Bet you if,
Yes.
I bet you.
So in that
the
case,
guy who
who
wrote
would
the
win?
book of Matthew. I bet you if the guy who wrote the book of Matthews and the guy who wrote the book of Exodus would have different fucking opinions about who would win in a fight between Ozymandias and Batman. That is just as irrelevant as the other thing that I just mentioned.
You fucking heathen.
And God said, if Batman has enough
Again,
prep time, he can beat
I don't-
anyone.
I know I don't ruin everyone's fun, but I just can't. I can't.
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think the
I
prophets would say? Do you think they would say Batman could beat God?
don't know.
Well, I mean, you know, coming full circle, I think what we've agreed upon at least is that the Joker can beat Krampus, or no?
No, I don't think so.
Magic.
Well, I think
Okay.
I think the power of Christmas would take on the Joker.
I think Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger's jonglers could beat Kronkis, but I think Kronkis could beat Cesar Romero and Joaquin Phoenix's jonglers.
But this brings me back to the
Jared
actual
Leto.
movie. How is there a feasible way to beat Krampus, like to get out of the situation they're in? Say you're not the kid, say you're like the cousin who's there like, okay, well now I'm fucked by an eldritch being. What do I do?
Well, let's say
the thing is, like, they're fucked from the beginning. I'm pretty sure once the storm comes, they're already in the pocket universe. So they're it's kind of, guys, it's kind of like another Toni Collette movie, Hereditary.
It's kind of like Hereditary.
They never had
true.
a fucking chance to get out of that situation.
I never really thought about it.
And all of it started from the sins of their relatives.
Yep.
Hereditary.
Sins of their mothers.
so Ari Aster's a fucking
Krampus is
stealing
Hereditary.
hack.
Culture just so desperately wants to connect this with Hereditary.
Okay.
I respect that.
Okay, hold on. So if Krampus exists in this universe, does that mean Santa exists in this universe?
It would have to, right? If there's an evil Santa, there's got to be a regular Santa.
So that means through the power of Santa, somebody could probably beat Krampus, because you'd think Santa's stronger than Krampus, right?
Which version of Santa is it? Is it like Tim Allen Santa, or is it like the Santa from
It's
Polar
always
Express?
Tim Allen's the
Giamatti
only Santa. Tim Allen's the only Santa.
Paul Giamatti Santa from Shred Claus could kick his ass.
Bobby Bacala Santa from The Sopranos.
Paul Giamatti Santa just had fucking rosacea and like every disease on fucking planet Earth.
That was a good one.
Bobby Bacala opens up a pocket universe filled with fucking gabagool.
Yeah, but
and saves Adam Scott and Toni Collette.
No, but I want to know
he's wearing a wire, so that's what brings him down at the end.
Yeah, it's the
you
Rico
guys are
charges.
in this situation.
They got Krampus on Rico, dude.
Say you guys are in the situation though with Krampus. What are you guys doing? Because like I don't know what the hell I'd do.
Man.
I'd let myself get eaten. I think it's better than fucking.
You're like, I've always wanted to try being Vord.
I'd try to fist fight him if I could, but the snow would probably just suck me in. Although if your video's true, then just the snow wouldn't exist and life would be meaningless.
But it's magic, so it would work.
Actually,
you're right.
probably the best way to go is the pit. Because you die instantly in that pit, I think. Every other death is slow, I think. I don't know. I think the pit is probably the way to go. But
So, you guys are going to have to explain to me, because I was so confused for a while, because I thought for the longest time that Kronkis and his goons, their weakness was fire. I thought that's why the German grandmother kept lighting the fire, because I thought that was like their weakness or something.
It made it very
but
unclear.
then like that just
It was just like so they don't go in the chimney.
Light torches. Yeah, but then they light torches, so I'm like, oh, okay, so I guess you guys aren't afraid of fire? I was so confused. I thought that was like a important plot point where it's like, that's how we beat Kronkis.
I think they needed to have more rules and like give the characters like maybe place in a plot device that allows the character to potentially get out. You can still yoink that away from them, or like maybe it's not true. But I feel
it doesn't seem like there really was a way to
set up
beat
to
him
like
in
get
that
out,
universe.
because it just felt like they were kind of fucked from the beginning. It was like the Krampus will come for you, and
like that's the reason that whole trope of like going to like the tech guru or going to like the witch and having them explain the rules is like exists in horror movies, so that they gives you a chance of hope. You know?
Yeah, well, the grandma was that. That was her role.
But her whole thing was everybody dies but one person. That's her whole thing.
Can I just say that the German grandmother is like the biggest fucking asshole in the world? Like, holy fucking shit. She is such a dick.
Why?
Like, because she was withholding all these fucking secrets in history with Kronkis that could have been useful for this fucking family to know to defend themselves against Kronkis.
Nobody's going to believe her.
Yeah, exactly.
She's just like, okay, you know what? You guys have suffered enough.
You go sit down at your family Christmas tomorrow, next day. In 2 days, go to your family Christmas. Be like, hey, Mom, hey, Dad, by the way, I was sucked into this wormhole, and this fucking weird guy with hooves attacked me and started eating all of my friends, and I'm the only one who survived.
They'll stick you in a home.
and you have a little pendant that says Kronkus on it, and they're like, "Okay,
Believe
Tim,
in Kronkus.
we'll put it on the tree for you."
Look, Mom, I have the what the fuck are they called? Ornaments? Yeah, I got an ornament from Kronkus. This is proof that Kronkus exists. Oh, what a stupid movie. And that's the frustrating thing because it could have been more stupid. Like, because again, I wanted it to be like Gremlins. I wanted it to be like Small Soldiers, where it just fully committed to being this stupid, over the top. Like, hell, why not? Like, make it kind of like Black Dynamite, where like Black Dynamite is a purposely bad, shitty movie, but they play into that as a means of like extra layer of comedy slash satire. And I think something like that would have worked well for a movie like this, where they just do a bunch of like wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Like, yes, this is stupid, this is idiotic, but we're gonna lean into it. I mean, they already put Looney Tunes sound effects in the movie anyway, so like, might as well just fully commit to being like a bonkers Evil Dead 2 type comedy.
I actually like the sound design in this movie. I thought it was quirky and fun.
I mean, I did as well, but it's just that one moment where they played the Looney Tunes sound effect, like,
What was it?
completely
Was it
took
with
me
the
aback. I was
gingerbread
just like,
character you're
I
talking
think
about?
so, yeah. It was
They did
something
the
like that
Wilhelm
where I was just
scream
like,
at a certain
whoa,
point,
what
I
the
think.
fuck? Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
I
when
think
the dog ate the gingerbread. You didn't like that? That was cute.
I hated the like action. Some of the editing was really bad. Like there were two examples where it was like the gingerbread jumping at him, and then he goes like, "Ugh," and then it just cuts
it
to the
didn't
dog
feel like the
sitting
dog
there, and I was
actually
like,
ate it.
the dog is just sitting there. And then
Yeah.
the other moment was where the daughter is hiding under the ice cream truck or what the mailing truck, where Krampus is walking around, and then you have that little jester's like Jack in the Box going, and it pops out, and then she screams, and then it cuts to a top view of the fan shaking, and I'm like, what the fuck happened?
How did this even happen? But I think that was intentional. That's due to the
But it
rating. They
wasn't
didn't
like-
want to
Guys,
show
this
it.
is called
it was just
intrigue.
confusing.
It's called cinematic fucking intrigue.
But
God
it was
damn.
just like, wait, did the
Yeah,
Jack in the
God,
Box do
don't you
something
guys
to
know
her?
anything about
Seriously.
structure
Thank you,
and
Tim.
filmmaking and editing?
Yes.
God. Yeah.
What's that? What's that soda that they drink? Fresca, right? In the boys.
Fresco.
Do y'all think we can get a Fresca
yeah.
sponsorship? This is really random, but
I don't know.
do y'all think we could swing that?
If we can get a Fresco sponsorship, we can goddamn get Chris Stuckman.
I'll
on the
drink
pod.
so much goddamn Fresca on this show. Fresca, reach out.
The boys is honestly disgusting with their product placement. Almost every Amazon show is. It's fucking
It's
horrible.
true. They don't hide
You're
it at
telling
all.
me that the show produced by Amazon is
By
disgusting
Bezos?
with its product placement? That's a surprise. That is crazy talk right there.
It was funny when the boys first came out. I remember people were being like, "This is one of the most succinct critiques of capitalism I've ever seen on television." I'm just like, that is fucking insane.
It's funded by
You don't
the worst
understand the
capitalist
irony
in
of
the
your
world.
statement.
Some
I like the
people
boys,
didn't
but it's
realize,
not that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Some people didn't realize that Homelander was a parody of Trump until season 3. Like, I don't know what to tell these people.
Yeah.
So you guys want to move on to what-
Silent Night,
Silent
Deadly
Night, Deadly
Night.
Night.
So
I
VHS Nick,
actually
you
do because
So
Yeah,
I watched a video, and it was like a Quentin Tarantino interview from a long time ago, and he was like, I don't remember if he said it was his favorite Christmas movie or his favorite horror movie, and I never got around to watching it, so that's why I wanted to watch it.
Damn, dude, Quentin
I
Tarantino
think
fucking
I saw-
sucks at recommending shit. 'Cause I hated this movie, dude.
I
I actually
saw
liked
that
it.
same. I think I saw that same I saw that same interview. I think it was like I forgot what the channel is called, but it's a great channel that just uploads videos of actors slash directors talking about movies they really like or something like that. And I think I
Yeah.
saw the same video that you saw.
probably
and
it.
because I didn't know anything about the movie other than it was a slasher film. I mean, it was always on my watch list for a long while, but the way Tarantino was talking about it was kind of interesting. So I tried to kind of watch the movie in that way. I mean, okay, I'll let you describe the premise of the movie first before I get deeper into
Well-
my thoughts. But I will just say it was an interesting watch.
Well, basically, it's about a kid who witnesses his family get killed by an angry man dressed as Santa Claus, and it kind of shows his life throughout the years and kind of his like fall from like being able to connect with people and like going kind of crazy because basically his family gets killed in the middle of the street as a child. Then it shows him going to like this orphanage run by nuns, and they just basically abuse the shit out of him. And then turns out, whenever he's a fucking 18-year-old, he goes fucking crazy. Like, that's pretty much the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I watched this movie with my entire family.
There's a lot of tits for that.
Yeah, big mistake.
Huge.
But basically, from like the first 5 minutes, everyone in my family was just dying laughing at the movie. The second they showed the old grandpa just doing the 1,000-yard stare in his little chair in the old folks' home, my family was just dying laughing. But this movie sucked ass. I don't
think it really sucks ass that bad. I mean, it's not great, but like for the time, like it did some cool things.
Good movies came out in 1984. Like, okay, it's not for
not good.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was saying not for slashers. Like the majority of them were pretty cheesy, and I think it did do something fairly interesting with like going through the years. I don't think it was done perfectly at all, but I think it was fairly interesting how they told the story.
Did you like this? Did you like this, Tim or Ghoul? If you guys like this shit?
I gave it a 5 out of 10. I thought it was fun, but I was never like, damn, this is actually good. I was like, okay, this is another Friday the 13th Halloween type slasher clone of the 80s, but it's got a Christmas coat of paint on it. So I'm just going to embrace it and have fun and watch the kills. And I was like, God damn, there's a lot of topless women in this. They really like doing that.
I got to give credit to my brother for pointing out something, because he was like, who the fuck? Obviously, like, he needs to kill more people, because everyone that we already know, except for the orphanage people who he's already moved past them. But everyone that he kills in the second and third act of this movie are people that we've never fucking seen before. So they just keep introducing random fucking people and that he has to kill that we have no connection to. It's like, who is this? Why is he killing them? How does he's supposed to be killing them because they're naughty. How the fuck would he know that they're naughty or not if he doesn't even know who they are? You know?
Yeah.
Well, he worked with it sets it up that he worked with them for a while, you know?
The kids that were sledding?
Oh no.
Oh, no, I don't fucking know.
What about
those kids? Those were not kids. Remember, they kicked those people off their sled.
Oh yeah, that's what they did. That was naughty.
Yeah, they kicked those people off the sled, and they were like stealing it, and then he killed them.
So he saw that?
I guess so. It doesn't show that he saw it, but like
crunching around in the snow.
It showed us.
He's fucking omnipotent, crazy.
But what was also funny is those guys were like 40 years old playing like 15-year-olds. They were like fucking 40.
They're like, hey, Pipsqueak, picking on like a 14-year-old, and they're like 38.
The kids on the sled?
The guys who were taking the sled.
The guys that took the sled, they were like in their at least like mid-20s.
Oh.
But that's very much a trope of just like playing adults having played the like 15-year-olds.
I mean, he spared that one girl, and then what did he give her? Like, he handed her the fucking
box cutter.
Yeah, he hands her the fucking box cutter. She's like,
I was confident. I was like, oh damn, is this going to be one of those movies where they just kill kids like on screen?
So basically, there's 2 sequels to this movie. So he effectively created 2 more Santa killers. The little girl, because the same thing that happened to him when he was a kid happens to the little girl, and he gives her a fucking murder weapon. He just wants Santa Rampage, which I can't get behind. I don't like that.
I thought the kid at the very end of the movie was the one that becomes the killer.
Yeah, that's the main one, but there's also the girl. Like, what's going to happen with her?
Oh,
she saw Santa kill her entire family too.
Can I just say,
and her weird boyfriend?
Can I just say, the ending to this film is the funniest shit ever. I legitimately burst out laughing to the ending of the film, because the film ends with the guy getting shot, and then I guess it was his brother, because the nun superior mother was just like, your brother was so much worse than you. You're a good boy, or something like that. And then like once he dies, I guess like his evilness transfers over to his brother, because his brother just looks at the superior mother with this like evil stare, and he's like, naughty, and then it just ends.
Why did they make him
credits? And I was like, I was bursting out laughing. I was like, that's so fucking stupid.
Why would they make him dress up? Why would the nun make him dress up? Or no, was it the nun? It was the store they made him dress up as Santa. But then they like forced the kid to sit on Santa's lap. It's like, why are they doing that?
No,
because it's Christmas.
But also there was like the nice nun too, and she was just like complacent with everything that was happening.
Yeah, I love it at the end. She's like, you have to understand why he's doing this. It's like he killed fucking 9 people. There's no excuse.
What have you done?
This is why people hate liberals. Like you can't be doing that.
Oh,
No matter,
you're saying the Democrats hired this guy to kill all those 9 people is what you're saying?
I mean, we have to check the bank records of Nancy Pelosi in 1984.
I fucking
That's what I'm
knew it.
saying, but-
You're right on the money on that.
There's some wire transfers to the North Pole.
So
Nancy
I'm
Pelosi
gonna
got
go.
assassinated.
I didn't realize there were so many damn.
I liked this
Night,
movie.
Deadly
I
Night
wouldn't say it
movies.
was like amazing, but I actually genuinely thought it was pretty entertaining for a slasher. Like, I mean,
It was fun. They had some fun kills. I really liked the antler kill.
You know what's funny? You're gonna. This is crazy and totally against character for me, but I agree with Nick. I also had fun watching this film.
It was a fun time.
I kind of
I
like.
had fun laughing at it, but it fucking sucked.
Well,
it was a
okay,
terrible movie.
Here's the thing: the film. So my experience with this movie is that it kept. It was like this whole movie was like a cinematic jump rope, and that it kept jumping back and forth between being a good movie and a bad movie. Because I will admit there is some impressive kills. I think the actual kills, in terms of how they're coordinated and how they're presented, are impressive. I'll give it that. Like Gulev said, I really liked the antler kill. I thought that was pretty fun. I liked I guess the first couple of kills where he just goes crazy and goes hog wild at all his fellow employees and stuff like that. But what really holds this movie down for me is just how dog shit a lot of the acting is. Like, I don't know where the director got these actors,
that's fair.
but some of these people just cannot act for shit. They are so.
I will say the guy who
terrible.
owned the store was sick.
He was honestly
like-
the best actor in the movie. Like, I was like, oh,
He was like, what did he
Time
say?
to get drunk.
Yeah, he's like, time to get shit faced. So fucking funny, bro.
Yeah, but
Honestly, I wonder how.
I am willing to believe
I wonder
that
how
this.
drunk you'd get if you fucking like took a shot every time the character said punish.
Yeah.
Naughty.
That would make.
Yeah, the main actor was fucking horrible. I'll say.
Yeah, he can't
No,
act
guys,
for shit.
if you're telling me that Quentin Tarantino recommended this movie to people, I think it's like a long game con that he wants to recommend all film bros the worst movies ever, so everyone thinks he's the only one who makes good movies.
Well, I think what
Is that possible?
think what he got out of this is, I think, because he likes grindhouse films. He really, really loves just campy, like, gaudily produced B horror slasher action movies type shit. Because that's what Grindhouse was. His double feature with Planet Terror and what the fuck was it called?
Death Proof.
Death Proof. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, because that's what that basically was. It was his homage, his love letter to shitty B horror movies, you know, and this kind of embodies that. Like, because I'm willing to believe that this movie is very self-aware in terms of what it's going for. Like, it knows it's making something trashy, something very exploitative, something very cheap and over the top. And for what it's going for and what resources they have, because I can't imagine this was a very, like, high-budget film, it for the most part delivers on what it's trying to achieve. I mean, it's still a stupid movie. The acting is still awful, and it's still loaded with what I like to call TWSs, which stands for time-wasting shit, you know, but...
Tim, I like TWB. You say TWB sometimes, that's way better.
Okay, TWB,
bullshit.
let's go with that. TWB, which stands for time-wasting bullshit. It's still filled with TWBs, but for the most part, what it's going for, I kind of appreciate it, you know? Like, it kind of reminds me of and Quentin Tarantino said this as well, so this is not my original idea, but it is an interesting connection. It kind of reminded me of the first Rob Zombie Halloween movie, where in that film, he actually went out of his way to try and make Michael Myers like a real character or whatever, like try to make him like a real human grounded character. I mean, I don't think it worked, because at the end of the day, Michael Myers isn't a character. He's a fucking demonic, like,
he's a force of nature.
Yeah, he's a force of nature that kills people, because by making him grounded and realistic, that defeats the point of having a slasher villain in the first place. But I think for something like this, where they actually tried to give a shit and actually tried to go out of their way to make this like cute
softcore
little
porn
kid.
to make softcore porn.
Yeah, it got softcore porn at times for sure, but like to say it doesn't have
half
any
the
like
fucking movie.
it
Half
doesn't.
the movie was
but
just
to say
slow
it doesn't,
caressing of tits.
that was like 20% of the movie. That's not
There
the
was
whole
like
movie.
the same exact shot
But, like,
of
think-
two people laying on the side, like
But
laying
think
on their
about movie
sides
like
and rubbing
also you
each
have to
other.
take into account when Tarantino saw this too. Like back
He's
then,
probably like
there,
12.
like there were probably not a lot of movies that like took the time to like split the movie into like 3 parts like that, where it was like actually showing their like progression as a person. I'm not saying it did it well, but I still think the way
No,
they
it's an interesting experiment at the time,
It's-
because like
yeah.
I don't know if any other ones had actually had the main character become the slasher villain, whereas like Friday the 13th, it's Jason shows up after hearing about him. Nightmare on Elm Street, same thing. He's already had a mythology. Michael Myers, you hear about him, he's not the main character, but this they actually showed like, no, this is the main character transforming into your classic slasher villain, and then the final half of the movie is just him going on a rampage. I think that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I agree that conceptually that is cool, but they fucking boggled that his transformation. It was done
Felt
all
out of
through
nowhere.
visual cues, and it was so jumbled. Like there's
Yeah,
no
he didn't-
actual
he didn't-
motivation for him to be
it
doing
really
any
didn't
of this
seem
shit.
like it didn't really seem like he would have done it until like right then, and it's just like, oh, I guess it's just because the story said so type of thing.
Yeah. I feel like this whole
at
movie could
most
have
he
just
would
been.
have killed that one dude, and then he would have been like, "What have I done?"
Yeah, this whole
But then
movie.
after that, he's like, "You know what? Fucking, I'm just gonna murder everybody."
This whole movie could have just been avoided if Sister Maria or whatever her name wasn't just the laziest person in the world. Like if we just properly communicated to her employer.
She should have just fucked
by
him. She's obviously thought he was cute.
Ew.
Whoa! What are you
Fucking
what are you-
weirdo, dude.
Yeah, what
Wait,
are you
no,
talking
I-
about? What? Hold
Not
on,
when
hold
he's a
on.
kid.
You can't just say
Not when he's a
yeah,
kid,
you
bro.
just fucked him and just move on. Like, whoa,
right,
whoa!
Nick,
What
you're
are you
off the
talking
pod.
about? Yeah.
Not when he's a kid, bro. When he's 18, later on.
That's still weird.
And she's still
She
a
talked
nun.
really
She
sweet
can't
about
do
him, bro.
that. That's like that's
so
the whole point
fucked.
of being a nun, to not do shit
Wait,
like
which
that.
nun are we talking about? Are we talking about the nice nun or the mean nun?
The nice
The
one.
nice
You have to
one,
go sit in the anime corner for 5 minutes.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to go banished to the anime corner.
I'm sorry, guys. The movie fucking had so many tits, and my brain's in fucking Titville. I don't fucking know. I guess.
Punish.
Punish. You've been naughty.
I thought
You
the whole
are
time.
naughty,
I thought
Nick.
the whole time that she was gonna end up fucking. They were gonna entangle
What the fuck?
What the fuck
because he was
were you
obsessed with
talking-
boobies.
What was going on in your brain? Like
He
get
was like
your-
obsessed with
get
boobies the
your
whole
mind
movie.
out of the gutter, okay? And watch
Okay,
a real
fine.
Christian.
I'll never talk about boobies on the
watch a
podcast. Here.
real
No
Christian-
boobies coming out of this
and
mouth.
watch a
No,
real
that's not-
Christian
that's not what we
wholesome
were saying.
show like Dun 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 or Chainsaw Man, okay? Dude,
Oh my
come
god.
on.
He
Yeah.
he wasn't obsessed with boobies. He was obsessed
No.
with justice. He was like, I thought he was gonna become Batman Santa, but he ended up becoming Joker Santa.
Well, what was the thing with him just staring through the keyhole?
I think.
I don't know,
Well,
'cause
yeah,
it was-
but he was a kid. he
Well,
was curious about boobies.
He was
I
also
guess.
curious, and then in that scene, he was getting flashbacks to when his mom was being
And then he was just
assaulted.
staring at those two people fucking in the break room too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think he felt like. Wait, was that the assault scene, or was
No,
that
Yeah,
when they
well,
were?
there
whenever
were
he
two
kills,
assault
whenever
scenes.
he sexually assaults the chick or whatever.
Wait,
Or
there
no,
were
what did
two
he do?
scenes. There was the
Are you
Santa
talking
assaulting
about
his mom.
the couple who were in like the back room or something of the store? Or
Yeah,
what are you talking
whenever
about?
he
snaps.
that
And she
one,
was
yeah.
like, "No, stop."
Yeah,
So,
and then
but-
he kills the dude.
but he-
and he
he
thinks
was-
he's helping.
You're saying because I was a little bit tapped out watching this. So there was a moment where he was spying on consensual sex as an adult. He
Yep.
did that.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
As an adult, I don't remember when that
He's
happened.
just-
that was
I
the whole
remember
break
the-
room
I
thing.
remember
He
the
was like
keyhole
watching
kid
them.
That
bringing
was
us a
not
scene.
consensual.
No, it wasn't it? And at
No,
first,
no,
and then he
it
was trying to like push it
started
further,
out
right?
consensual,
Well,
and then
it
Yeah,
was-
it started out consensual, and then he
I'm
started
concerned
pressing her.
about you, Nick, this episode. No, she was like,
Okay, it's been a few
let's
days
go
since I've
back.
watched
this
it.
Is,
Okay.
This is not
Nick
okay.
is-
Like, I don't
Go
want
back
to
to
do this.
footage.
Let's go back.
Nick is showing a lot of red flags right here. I'm very concerned
Jesus.
right now.
I don't remember the
fucked
scene.
up,
I guess
dude.
I thought that they were macking it, and then he like wanted her to do
No,
more,
she
and then he
was
got
literally
pissed.
like, "Stop
it
touching
started
me,"
out
and then he
as
like
Yeah,
he was like, she hits him, and
No,
he's
Nick-
like, "You
Nick is
bitch,"
right-
and then
Nick
rips
is
her
right.
shirt open.
No, they were
He's
macking
right
it,
that
and then
it started off consensual.
Yeah,
but
that's
then
what
he
I'm
took it
saying.
too
no,
far.
that's
They
what
were
we're
just
saying.
kissing.
Yeah.
that's what I was saying.
No, that's
Yeah,
what I
that's-
was
that's
saying
all
as
Nick
well.
said.
It started out as consensual, and then it stopped being consensual when she was like,
Yeah,
"No,
and then he
get
killed
off
the
me."
guy.
Okay, so we're all on the same page. Sorry, I thought we
Okay,
were on
sorry,
like
we
a
had
weird tangent where I was just like, "What the hell are we talking about right now?"
No, I was saying he was watching the consensual part.
Yeah.
I mean, he was
Of the
also watching the
whatever.
non-consensual part, because that's what like breaks him at the end. That's when he starts doing the naughty punishment or whatever. Remember? Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
also, why is this movie so obsessed with sex? Like that's like I guess maybe it was
Because
setting
it's
it
a
up so like
slasher
whenever
movie
the
in
like
the
the
80s. That's the
well, the
only
nun
reason.
was like
Took it as-
the nun was like, what they're doing is a sin
It's a
above
sin.
all sins. And then I think it says he's an adult. He's like, this is a sin, I guess. The
Yeah.
nun told me so.
I didn't realize how many damn sequels this movie got. So you have
Apparently, the third one's actually kind of sick.
So
I
they
might
have
go
the
through and watch
original
them all.
came out in 1984, and then you had 1987 Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, and then in Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, Better Watch Out with an exclamation point you have in 1989, and then in 1990, so only a year later, goddamn, Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, Initiation, and then Silent Night, Deadly Night 5, The Toy Maker in 91, so another year later. I bet these are mega low budget. And then they had a soft reboot, sort of loose remake in 2012 called Silent Night, which I have never even heard of.
Kim,
Yeah.
I want. Why are you giving this movie the benefit of the doubt when my Halloween recommendation, which was a fucking great movie made on $50,000, you were like, this sucks. This is the worst shit ever.
Oh,
That was
why?
a good movie. This movie fucking sucked, dude.
Well,
You guys know me. I don't get like this, but this movie pissed me off.
you say that,
Why?
but
I was
every
fucking
time we
pissed
have
at
a
this
discussion
movie.
like this, it's like it seems like
I
it's
think we
awesome.
had different
have
expectations of
Yeah.
the movie.
Okay,
I
think it's an
to
expectation
exactly
thing.
what this would be.
To answer your question, I think it's in terms of tone at the end of the day, because the reason why I just couldn't accept it in Kronkus is because the tone was just all over the place.
No, he's
Like,
talking
it
about
just-
he's talking about his Halloween suggestion.
Yeah, he's talking about the one from
the one where
Halloween
they're doing the
episode.
exorcism.
Which
No.
we probably shouldn't even get it. Like, you can respond to him, but we shouldn't spend too much time on that because like
Okay.
probably fucking
I mean, like, I
1,000
still don't.
people
Well,
have seen
okay.
that.
Keep in mind, I still don't think Silent Deadly Night is like a good movie, because I gave it a 5 out of 10 at the end. But it's like a 5 out of 10 with like an asterisk next to it, where it's like, this isn't a good movie, but I still kind of enjoyed it for what it was, you know? Because like at the end of the day, it's a trashy slasher film. It's grindhousey B movie horror movie type shit. You know, like I don't have a lot of high expectations for things like this, and I was pretty mildly entertained from beginning to end. But with something like Kronkus, when it's like a $50 million, whatever, what did you say the budget was? $50 million or something like that? Whatever, something like that.
No,
yeah.
I was talking about
Yeah, he's talking about
I was talking about a dark song that was $50,000.
Oh,
The horror movie that we watched on Halloween.
well,
Yeah.
the difference is a dark song is incredibly boring.
It was not. It was not boring. It was fucking great. Wait,
For
Ghoul,
me-
did you end up watching it ever or no?
I never saw it.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think the
So
difference.
okay,
The difference between a dark. Okay, to be more specific, because I know just saying it's boring is not acceptable. So the difference between a dark song and this is that a dark song starts out with a very interesting premise, but then it's just so repetitive. It just does the same thing over and over and over again. And by like the hour and 20-minute mark, I was just done with the movie, and I just wanted the film. I just wanted the movie to end to get to something interesting. And in something like this, it's things were constantly happening. Even if the thing that was happening was stupid, at least things were happening. At least things were moving on and progressing, and something remotely interesting or fun or funny or entertaining was happening. And I gotta respect that. I do admire that. You know, like I think technically, if you want to be technical about it, yes, A Dark Song is technically the better film over Silent Night and Deadly Night, but I got more entertainment value out of this one compared to A Dark Song. Like I didn't get a lot of entertainment value out of A Dark Song. I don't want to watch that movie again. This I could honestly put on again. Like if it was on like as a Halloween party or Christmas party or something like that, sure, I could watch it. I could sit down and watch it. So hopefully that
like
answers
also
your
you have to
question.
you also have to keep in mind, we've already talked about this a little bit on the podcast. We enjoy watching bad movies for fun
Yeah, that
more so
too.
than you
Yeah.
do.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So-
I'm out with that. I don't get how you guys do it. I'm just like, yeah, it's funny, but it's like I would rather be watching something good. Like,
But there's not that.
Explain to me why it's good to watch bad. Like, do you seek out anything else that's bad? You're like,
Because it's fun.
It's like the same as
watching.
Wait, you go to like a deli and you're like, yo, guys, you got any fucking rotten roast beef I can fucking just chomp down real quick?
You have to look at it's almost like
it's
almost like sitting down to watch a comedy movie. Like it's like
Nick, listen, it's if you learn to watch the horrible art, it just makes the good art taste that much better.
That's true too.
It's like
I'm not saying the sandwich analogy works entirely, but
I don't think that's fair because sandwiches are food that I need to survive as a human being. I don't need art to survive as a human being, but
I would disagree.
It's more like
Tim.
It's more like
your whole life is centered around art. I think
it's more like
okay.
It's more like I can have
that was an unfair comparison to make. You're right. Yeah.
It's more like this. I can go and get like one of those really nice like mugs from like fucking whatever. What's a store that has nice mugs?
Ray Dunn.
Ray Dunn. So I'm gonna have this nice fucking Ray Dunn mug, right? I can spend my money on that. That's great. This mug is awesome. It's gonna last me forever.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can go to Goodwill and I can get like a mug that's like Elmo with a giant erection that somebody got at like Spencer's Gifts in 1980. I'd rather drink out of the mug that's Elmo with a boner than the fucking nice Ray Dunn mug. You know what I'm saying?
There's an art to funny, bad, barnyard level films. Like, it's kind of hard to describe it, but when you watch something that is just so terrible and so fundamentally fucked, it just kind of wraps it back around to being a good movie in the sense that you're having a swell-ass time watching the film. Like, when you watch, say, The Room, or Samurai Cop, or Birdemic, or Plan 9 from Outer Space, or something like that, you know you're in for a real treat. Because every single moment of those movies, they think they're making something cool, or serious, or epic, or something, and they don't realize what they're making is so fundamentally bad and so terrible that you get a lot of ironic enjoyment out of that, you know? Then it suddenly becomes a comedy where you're just laughing at everything because everything is so stupid and so hilarious, you know? So
yeah, I know. Like, yeah. I get that. I mean, I get ironic enjoyment out of it. I laugh at it, but for me, it's like I would rather laugh at things that are funny because they're trying to be funny, because it's like a smart joke or like a stand-up comedian who's making an observation that I find insightful or engaging in some way. I like it's very thin for me to be watching this movie. Like, I can only laugh at it so many. I can only laugh at bad filmmaking so many times before it's like, why am I wasting my time watching this? I'm just going to shut it off and watch something good.
We're going to have a bad movie episode and try to convert you, bro.
No, but like, I don't even think there's, what is there even to talk about with them? It's like, oh, that was funny when that sucked. That was funny when that sucked. It's like, I don't get it.
We need to find you
that's
the
like
right
the
movie.
charm, though. Like, when you go see
Silent Night, Deadly Night is not exactly what I'd consider a funny bad movie. It's just kind of like a goofy slasher from the 80s.
Yeah, there's too many.
It's
not a good bad movie.
It's not
there's too many good stuff in this film to consider it barnyard level, but the parts that are barnyard level are really, really hilarious.
Tim, literally, what was good in this movie?
The practical effects were fun. And good.
I liked the kills.
I thought the way that like the original Bad Santa at the beginning overreacted about everything. It was
just like $31. What a night!
He's just so pissed.
$31. I like
Christmas. That. I like that.
Yeah,
I like.
He
that
just
guy.
shoots the guy for no fucking reason. I guess no, he pulled a gun on him. I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
You know, why didn't you kill the baby though?
He should have killed the baby.
Why didn't he kill the baby? That is a good question.
I thought for sure he was going to kill the baby.
Yeah, they never mentioned that. I was expecting that to be some like plot thing, like my sister showed up as an adult and she's going to be the one.
Well, no, his brother was with him the whole time.
He was
in the orphanage. Yeah. He was like, he was like
really?
a younger.
Wait, he was.
Oh, that's right, he's the kid that's like, Billy, wait.
And they never spent any time with him, but he was like always in the background.
Oh, was that his brother?
Weird.
I thought that was like
his brother's the one that picks up the axe at the end and says naughty.
Okay,
oh, that's right.
I thought for the longest time that was just like a friend that he made during his time at the orphanage. I didn't realize that was his brother. Okay,
it didn't make it super clear, but it was.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like that's kind of a waste. If like, why even have him have a sibling in that car in that horrific accident if you're not going to actually do anything with the character
I think they
besides
just did
set
it
up
for
a
that
sequel?
final scene.
Yeah.
But
yeah, guys.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I guess you guys can try to turn me on to this shit, but it's gonna be hard. I
That's
mean,
fine.
like
I'm
I said,
recommending Silent Night 2 for our next step.
I liked watching The Room sometimes, but even then, like my friends would put it on all the time, and I was like, all right, no, like
So,
let's
We're not
fucking
doing
let
watch
me ask
something
you-
good,
let
please.
me- Let me ask you this: have you never sat down and watched, say, like, I don't know, like, let's say, like, The Last Airbender? Have you never thought to yourself when watching The Last Airbender, wow,
I never saw that.
this is okay? Well, okay.
I don't even ironically love that movie because I just fucking I
That's,
hate fucking M. Night
I
so
can't
much.
watch that one.
And also,
really
it's
hard
just
to
shitting
watch.
on. Yeah, that one's hard for me.
It's
Yeah,
a rough one.
See, I would feel the
You
same
guys don't
way.
even like Unbreakable or Glass.
No, I
I
like
like
Unbreakable.
I like
I haven't
Unbreakable.
seen
Glass
I like
is
Unbreakable
liked
and Split. I didn't like
Split a
Glass.
lot.
Glass is
What's
fucking
the-
awful.
yeah, Glass was the one where
That's the third movie.
they're all in it, right?
They're
Yeah.
all in an asylum.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen
I
that
did.
one. So.
I wasn't huge on Glass, but I liked the first two.
Glass was
You know
good,
why the
I
first two
thought.
were better is because the Unbreakable and this Split were both written when he had talent.
Yeah,
He
pretty
lost
much.
it.
Well, because he wrote those back when he was making good movies, and Split was just he didn't make that for the longest time because he just had the script sitting around, and then he wrote Glass right before it came out, and it was
Glass
like,
was
And
just
part
way
of
too
what-
ambitious for what he was doing.
Yeah,
Well-
because part of what's so disappointing about Glass is that it could have been something interesting, but then the whole movie they just do nothing. They're just dicking around for 2 hours or however the fuck long the film is, and then once an action scene starts to happen, it's shot on shitty GoPro, so it's like one of the most disgusting looking action scenes ever in a superhero film on like a visual perspective. And what's so frustrating is that so many like Redditors and pretentious douchebags are claiming that Glass is some secret masterpiece. It's like a genius subversion on the superhero genre. I don't know how you could possibly get something like that from the movie because the film just rams in your fucking face how just isn't this like
Well, it's not
Superman
only-
or something like that? Or, like it's just I don't know how you could possibly get that from the film because it's so reductive. Like there's literally nothing happening for a 2-hour long movie.
Well, it's also M. Night's also never been able to show any restraint in any of his films. There's no reason anybody would actually believe that he like was trying to subvert anything.
Sign
only restraint-
shows
so
restraint.
stupid. The ending to
Yes,
Glass was
I'd say
the
Signs is
stupidest
probably
shit
one of his
ever.
closer ones.
Signs was
I
fine.
think Signs
It was
is
okay.
a limitation of budget, so he couldn't really go any crazy.
Signs and like Sixth Sense, both of those movies are like fairly good.
I wouldn't
They
even
show
say Signs had like restraint because they show the fucking aliens that they shouldn't
Yeah.
have shown, and they look really bad.
Yeah.
You don't think they should have showed the aliens at all?
I think they should
have shot
the
them in a
scene,
more
the scene where
interesting
you
way.
see the alien through the news is like one of the most iconic
No, that's
alien
cool.
scenes in cinema.
That's a good scene. I like when you see the alien in the reflection of the TV at the very end. But when they show the full shot of it, I'm like, ooh, this looks rough.
Yeah, but that was
And
probably
Signs
more.
is a
I
movie
felt like
where
that was totally earned. That was
Really?
totally
Yeah,
earned.
I would.
Really.
I genuinely think Signs is pretty good, but I think like most of his movies, like The Village onward. Actually, what's the Lady in the Water?
Lady in
That
the
movie
Water is
fucking
hilarious.
I don't even
sucked
remember.
my
I
You
don't
know
ass.
remember
what's
that one. I
funny?
saw when I was a kid.
I love that era of M. Night films from Lady in the Water to After Earth because every single one of those movies is a comedic masterpiece. Every single one of those
Like
movies
The Happening.
is including The
Oh
Happening.
my
Yeah, so
God,
Lady
the
in the
fucking
Water,
Happening.
No,
Lady in the
no, I
Water,
don't- oh,
The
no, I
Happening,
wasn't gonna
Last
try to kill you.
Airbender, After
No.
Earth. Each one of those movies are barnyard level films. I get so much ironic enjoyment out
The
of those
Happening
movies.
is a barnyard level film. I go
Yeah.
back and watch that one like just for like laughs
Should have
sometimes.
been
Dude,
more
you know
interested
how
in
Chris-
science, Jake.
Chris Stuckman has a series called Hilariosity. We should do one called Barnyardiosity, where we talk about these stupid ass movies.
You know what?
I have one that we should all do. We should do a bad movie episode, but we need to like all three of us, me, Tim, and Gulif, all need a very different type of bad movie for you. So that way we can kind of make sure
We
you
need like
actually
a bad
don't like bad
horror, a
movies.
bad action, a bad drama, or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, or just different
honestly
styles
sounds
of bad.
awesome.
Bad for different
let's do
reasons.
that. I want to do that. Yeah, because I have an upcoming video that I want to make about Thunderpants. So if I can just get you guys to watch Thunderpants, that would be awesome.
I mean, I have a bad movie too.
Oh,
What's the bad
perfect.
movie?
Yeah.
Climax.
Okay. Well, great.
I'm just kidding. Kidding.
Yeah, but okay, but one last point about M Night too. I don't know about you guys, but when I watched The Sixth Sense for the first time, I felt like I couldn't fully enjoy that movie because that film was just spoiled to death for me. Like that movie has just been memed so hard and spoiled to such an extent that I just couldn't fully enjoy it because I just couldn't stop thinking about how every single stupid video slash thing ever tangentially related to The Sixth Sense was just, dude, remember The Sixth Sense? Bruce Willis was alive the whole time, or whatever. And I just like,
Whoa, he was
that-
alive the whole time? That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
but you can't hold that against. I mean, you're not holding
That's
that
just
against the
pop
movie,
culture
right? That's
osmosis.
no, I'm
I
not.
mean, if anything, that's something in the movie's favor that it became so ubiquitous. It's that the ending, everyone knows it, so you can't escape
but it's
it.
still frustrating because I want to love the movie as much as everyone else does, but I can't because of the pop culture relevancy that film has, where everyone is talking slash memeing about the ending. It was really frustrating because I wanted to love it as much as everyone else did. That's why I really loved Unbreakable and why I consider that my favorite M. Night film, because that one isn't nearly as memed or spoiled as much, so I could actually go into that one with more of like a fresh perspective. And I really enjoyed
Speaking
it at
of
the end. I think it's awesome. Yeah.
You need to watch Fight Club soon because that shit's gonna get spoiled somehow randomly.
I have gone 20
That's
years
not a big
in my
like
life.
spoiler movie though.
Yeah, it is. Don't say shit.
I have
about
gone
Spider-
20
No,
years
I'm
in
just
my
saying
life
it's not
without
about like
Fight
the
Club
ending
spoiling.
necessarily though.
I think
Tim, it's. I mean, I'm not. You should try to not get it spoiled, but it's really just. I wouldn't say it's a big movie. Like the ending isn't gonna change your opinion on it. It's all about the journey. It's such an awesome movie.
But I mean, this
of
is
any
the same
spoilers
guy
you might get.
that said Sixth Sense was ruined for him because he knew the twist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it might be different
but
for him.
also, I like David Fincher a lot more than I do M. Night Shyamalan. I mean, David Fincher is probably my favorite modern director working today, so I have no doubt I'll love Fight Club. I'm actually waiting for the right opportunity to watch. So the reason why I haven't seen it yet is because I'm waiting for some kind of anniversary theatrical release of the film, and supposedly it's getting one next year. I think it's getting like a 4K transfer or something like that, and it's also getting a re-release in theaters. So that's when I'll watch Fight Club for the first time, when I can finally see it
Just
on the big
watch it on
screen.
your goddamn laptop, kid.
I'll watch it on my
you really should.
fucking
You're
phone.
missing out on a really good movie.
Watch it on your fucking telephone.
Watch it on your fucking telephone.
Get real.
Get real.
No,
I don't know.
Wait, so you really don't know anything about what happens in
No.
Fight Club?
I don't know anything about
It's
Fight Club.
it blows my
Fire.
mind.
The closest thing I know about the ending to Fight Club is when, like, the Chinese dub or edit or something of Fight Club had, like, because I remember this was trending on Twitter, and everyone was complaining about how the Chinese version of Fight Club had some shitty end text where it was,
I'll just say
it turns out
I'm just gonna spoil. I'm gonna spoil one thing. I'm gonna spoil one thing.
I would prefer you
A
don't.
Pixies song plays at the end.
Oh, okay, cool.
Wait, do you even know what the first rule of Fight Club is?
I think it's have sex in Fight Club. I think that's the first rule.
Yes.
Yes.
Damn it. So you have been
Wait,
spoiled.
you know what it is. Say it. You know what it is.
It's have sex in Fight Club.
No, wait. You really? How-
I think he knows. He's fucking.
No,
with
I'm
He knows.
fucking with you.
He's
It's,
got
it.
I'm fucking with you. I know what it is.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
have
You
sex
know
in Fight
that.
Club.
Okay. So you do know some things about Fight Club.
Yeah, and I know
His
it's
name is
amazing.
Robert Paulson?
Yeah, there are 3 David Fincher films I still haven't seen. I haven't seen Panic Room, I haven't seen The Game, and I haven't seen Fight Club. Those are the only 3 ones I haven't seen. The rest I've seen at least once in my life.
Who's in Panic Room again? I think I saw
Jodie
that.
Foster,
Jodie
Kristen
Foster,
Stewart, Jared Leto.
Jared
Oh,
Leto
okay.
with what the fuck are they called? I don't know. I
Who's
forgot.
panicking in the room in that movie?
It's Jodie
Jodie
Foster and Kristen Stewart
and
are
a young
panicking in
Kristen
the room.
Stewart, I believe. And Forrest Whitaker is
So-
the criminal that's trying to get into the panic room, I believe. No?
So Forrest Whitaker causes the panic. Jodie Foster is in the panic room.
Yes.
Well, who's Jared Leto? Is he just a creep like in real life?
I think Jared Leto installed the panic room That was like the first
I thought
30
he's
minutes.
the villain.
He was
I haven't
morbing
seen
in the
Panic Room.
panic room. That's the important point.
Don't spoil Panic Room. I haven't seen it.
He was
Yeah.
jonglering and Morbiusing in the
Yeah,
panic
he
room.
was
They're
It's
like, I would
Morbin
rather
time.
deal with this Forrest Whitaker guy outside. This guy's putting condoms in our
He's putting dead
our
rats in our
freeze dried
fucking
fucking
envelopes.
bananas.
Speaking
in our
of
panic room.
Speaking of Forrest Whitaker, I this is like tangentially related, but I'm willing to talk about it if you guys want. We can talk as long as you want about this. I started watching Andor for the first time.
Oh, okay.
And
What do you think?
it's my first Star Wars thing in like 4 years, I believe. And I haven't finished the entire show yet. I'm on episode not. I have like 2 episodes left. That's how many episodes
He's
have gone
finished the
through.
prison arc.
Yeah, but I just finished the
So-
prison arc. Yeah. Yeah, sorry.
I
go
need to
ahead.
watch it still.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
you still haven't watched it? It's great.
No.
Yeah, I
Um,
loved Andor. You
Andor's
liked it,
fucking
Caleb?
awesome.
Yeah.
It got me hyped up. That was the last time I've been hyped for a Star Wars
I remember
thing.
seeing in the Discord that you didn't like it, Tim. You're not a fan.
I didn't.
He wasn't enjoying it until he got to like the third arc.
Well, okay. The first like 7 episodes of the series was just kind of mid. It was just, I don't know. It was just standard Star Wars shit, and I was just like, I don't really get what people love about this. Like, it's fine. It's okay because I
It looks
remember
better than any Star Wars show right now.
because people were really, really hyping up the heist arc for me, and I watched it, and I don't know, I was just kind of okay, cool, whatever. I think the only thing I distinctly remember about the heist arc,
Don't
and I'm
spoil
trying,
anything
yeah,
too
I know,
much.
I'm gonna keep this as vague as possible, but. And I was telling my friends about this as well. I literally screamed, "Cousin, no!" and
Okay.
that was the only thing I distinctly remember from the heist arc. But everything else was just fine, okay, decent. But then when we get to the prison arc, I was just like, "Oh, okay, I'm starting to get this
I get
now."
it.
It was a real. I apologize. I wasn't familiar with your game moment where I was.
What's that clip of Danny DeVito where he's like, "Oh my god,
I get it.
get it."
Yeah. And yeah, that prison arc was awesome. But I was still so annoyed because I was just, man, it took us 7 to 8 episodes for something to finally interesting to happen. I was so upset by that.
That's not true at all.
I don't
though.
think. Yeah,
That
I
is
think
not
that's fucking
true,
crazy.
dude. It's
I will
really
say
good
the
for the whole
first 3 didn't really hook me.
The first
it wasn't
episode,
until
yeah.
the heist arc where I was intrigued and interested, and then I was fucking hyped doing that whole prison arc. Kino is one of the coolest characters in Star Wars, in my opinion.
Which
Just
who is he?
Okay.
That's Andy Serkis.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, dude, see, I watched this like a year ago, so it's all like Andy Serkis was the guy who did like the Prison Revolution.
That speech
Yeah.
was awesome.
that
I really
stuff was
liked
all
that
great.
speech he gave. One
He's just
way
got such
out.
a cool voice.
One way out. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking like, and the Harry Potter franchise needs its own Andor. You know what I mean? Like instead of doing this fucking
Explain yourself.
reboot
In what
shit,
way?
like it needs.
I'm excited for the reboot.
I am too. I am excited for it, and
You're both
you know,
canceled.
in my own millennial ass way. But I'm just saying, like, Andor was the first Star Wars project that felt like it was explicitly adult. It was mature. It was layered and interesting and detailed and conflicting at times. Harry Potter needs that because all the entire fan base of Harry Potter is older millennials, like people in their late 20s and to 40. So people
They tried to do that
Wasn't
with
Harry
the
Potter
Crimes of
already
Grindelwald.
But the
shit.
problem
It was
with
terrible.
Fantastic Beasts and stuff is like they don't need to tie it into existing characters. The whole
kept
world
trying
is
to
so
do that.
interesting.
yeah,
Like,
I
we don't
know,
need
that's
fucking
exactly what-
Dumbledore. We don't need all this other shit. Like just have
I
magic
don't want to
shit.
see Johnny Depp with frosted tips.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, just expand the universe and make it more adult. Like, make it
Didn't they
feel
already-
like
I will.
this is
Didn't
really
they already
happening.
do that
Just
though?
because
Because like, from Prisoner Azkaban onward, the series started to become more tonally and like in terms of
I think
lighting
he's
wise
just saying
more
to
dark.
have additional content.
Yeah,
Like
no, I'm
an
saying for new-
exclusively
for new
adult
stuff.
series.
Okay, I guess.
But I will say, just while it's Christmas, because I'll be remiss if I don't bring it up. I watched Red One, and
Oh fuck!
when I walked
Oh,
out,
Jesus
I was
Christ.
like, I couldn't stop thinking to myself that this movie is just going to have a very long shelf life, and it has multiple verticals.
Shut
I-
the fuck up! I was just about to bring that up. Did you guys hear about this?
Yeah, I sent it to you in the group chat, Robert.
Oh, that's right. You did send that to us.
Yeah.
Tim,
Fucking
have you heard about this?
The Rock is such a fucking dumb bitch, dude.
Yeah, The Rock really wants us to sing along when an actor/animated character just starts singing along, because that will piss the fuck off out of everyone else
I
in the
can
theater.
guarantee you he's not going to mention this movie ever again. That was probably his last contract required
He's like,
mention of
$1
the
million
movie.
extra dollars. Thank you.
It's
I'm
just
going to go film Moana.
It sounds like he put his promo tweet into one of those like AI language formalizers and just put like the corporate newspeak up to 10.
Saying multiple verticals about your fucking movie is absolutely insane. That's
what
psychopath
the fuck does that
behavior.
mean?
I mean, yeah, do you guys know what it means?
I don't know.
I have no
I don't
idea.
think he knows what it means.
Oh my god, dude.
That's
So speaking of psychopath behavior, do you see how everybody wants to fuck this guy who killed that fucking CEO?
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, politics talk, everybody. If you're not a fan, get out now.
Great. Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't getting political. I was just saying it's weird everybody wants to fuck
I'm just
this guy.
saying someone will say it. So I'm
Not
just giving
really.
the
That just
audience
kind
a
of tends to happen every now and then when a hot, attractive killer is put on court. You know, because remember, Ted Bundy also had that moment where so many women showed up to his trial and they were like, "Please,
But now
Ted
we have
Bundy, marry
TikTok.
I
me,"
think
or
it's a little
whatever. Yeah.
different.
This is a lot different.
No,
This is a way
lot
different than
obviously,
saying
but
Ted
I'm
Bundy.
just saying, like, tangentially, like on a surface level, whenever a hot killer shows up on the big stage, things like that tend to happen. Now,
I mean,
the difference.
chicks wanted to fuck Charles Manson, and that guy's fucking ugly as shit.
I mean,
I don't
some
know.
did. Like his cultists did. I don't know if
No,
the
that's like
women
that
of
was like a
America
whole
at large
that was
did,
like a
though.
whole thing, bro. That was like a whole like early TikTok. People were talking about how fucking hot he is and shit.
Well,
I don't
that's not
think that's
surprising,
true,
I guess. But
I'll take your word for it.
yeah, I mean, everything happens on TikTok and everything doesn't. I don't
Every
understand
opinion
it.
exists on TikTok.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's true.
So,
but
what
I mean,
is-
with this guy, he's anytime a handsome dude is on everyone's screen, regardless of why, like there are going to be a lot of people who say they want to fuck him. But also, I mean, a lot of people see him as like a folk hero of sorts, who's
yeah, he's truly become
vigilante.
a martyr.
standing up
Robin
against the
Hood.
power. So.
Yeah, he's.
Y'all think he did it?
Do I think he killed someone? I don't know.
I think it's pretty clear.
cards.
It seems pretty clear to me.
I do think the United Healthcare CEO
I
definitely did kill
logged
people.
on. I made the mistake of logging onto Twitter, and it seems like a lot of people
Allegedly.
think he didn't do it. So
That's funny.
the eyebrows don't match up, guys. The eyebrows don't match up.
I will say.
Yeah, all the
I think
internet sleuths.
This is the only time I'm going to be political about this. I think it's really, really amusing when so many out of touch people are just like, I can't believe people are lionizing this killer. Why are you people lionizing him? Why are people looking up to him so badly? Like, you're in the wrong when both aisles of the political spectrum collectively agree that you're dumb, that you're not in the right in this. You know, because like
Yeah, that happened to Ben Shapiro. He got ratioed
Yeah,
pretty
he
hard
got
on
I
this.
saw that.
fucked
All of his
hard.
comments were like, "Dude, this
Yeah.
isn't a right versus left. This isn't up versus down."
yeah, like because
Yeah.
like regardless of how you feel about murder, I guess it's emblematic of a greater issue of just how
Of course.
fucked and how soulless and how corporatized the healthcare industry or just pretty much any industry within America has become. Like, it doesn't matter where you land on the political spectrum. The health insurance in general is a phenomenon that affects fucking everyone, and it hurts everyone except the people in the 1%, the wealthy elite. You know, and to
Yeah.
see these out of touch assholes just spout around saying, "I don't get it. Why? How could someone possibly like this guy? I don't understand." As they say while they sit in their corporate office begging the New York governor to please give them a phone line to protect them when another potential killer might go after them. Like, read the
When they're
fucking
cashing
room
their $10
already.
million a year paycheck.
Yeah, like, read the fucking room already, dude. Like, come the fuck on.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. That's all
Yeah.
I'll say.
I'm about ready to get stuckmanized, boys.
Yeah, me
You
too.
want to do that?
No, if you had one more point, that's fine. But I need to drink some water.
Yeah.
I need to get wet in my mouth.
Yeah, I think we can close it out early. I mean, wait, before we do though, we got stuck in eyes. We already brought him up, so we're good. But
We said barnyard.
yeah, we said
Barnyard.
barnyard.
Check.
Let's all share one of our favorite Christmas memories. Before we
Okay.
go.
Go first, Colton Nick. You brought this up.
What?
Right, you go
I
first.
said go first.
Okay, well, a couple, like 2 weeks ago, me and my girlfriend were walking to CVS, and we didn't realize that right in front of the CVS, they had set up a Christmas tree stand to buy Christmas trees. So we were like, oh, we need one of those. We'll just buy it. It was like just luck that we just happened to walk in front of a Christmas tree stand. We bought the Christmas tree, we put the lights on, and then we went to a Christmas light show in the Botanic Garden in Brooklyn, and it was a beautiful night. It was so
That's
Christmassy.
awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. For me, like being genuine, I do really enjoy when I was a kid, and I 100% believed that Santa Claus was a thing, because I grew up in California, and the house I mainly grew up in, it was a 2-story, and my bedroom was had access to the back window that led out onto a like a balcony, or not a balcony. It was just like the roof above this for the first floor. And I would, like, on Christmas Eve, because it was not cold at all in California, you could just crawl out the window, and I would sit out there, and I would be like, maybe I'll see his sleigh one day. And I kind of love how, like, cute and naive that was. I don't know. I think there's just something really sweet about that.
Yeah.
I don't think I have a specific memory off the top of my head, but I do miss, like, when I was younger and I'd, like, have my siblings and shit, and we'd kind of, like, do the whole, like, stay up late, watch movies, wait for...
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like, I feel like definitely when you're a kid, it's a lot more magical.
Yeah.
Well, you can't let the magic die or fucking Crunkle. What are you calling him?
Crunkus?
Crunku?
Crunkle will come for you.
I don't even know why I'm calling him Cronkus. I just think it's funny to call him Cronkus. Yeah.
What about
Tim,
your
what about
memory,
you?
Tim?
Yeah, I'm kind of the same with VHS, Nick. I don't really have a specific Christmas memory in mind. I think just the whole vibe I had, where when I was a kid, I got super excited for Christmas. I, would wake up at 7:30 a.m., 8 a.m. to wake my parents up to open presents under the Christmas tree. I remember when I still had a soul and still could feel happiness, when I could still do things like that. Nowadays, I just can't be bothered to wake up that early unless it's for work or something. But,
Yeah.
those childhood memories I had of the younger years of mine during Christmas is very, still burns bright in my heart. What little I have
I
of
still
a heart,
get
I guess.
excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still get excited on Christmas because my wife and I buy each other gifts, and we don't have kids. Fuck all that noise. I like having, a paycheck. But dude, she gets so excited. We wake up at 3 every morning on Christmas and just open our gifts at 3 in the morning, and then we go back to sleep.
That's awesome.
That's really wholesome.
Wait, so right, I know Nick said he wants to leave, but I just have one.
No, I'm not in a rush.
Just one hot take before we go.
All right.
It's a hot take about Santa that's been bubbling on my mind for about 25 years now. So I think the concept of telling kids that Santa is real is actually extremely wrong and detrimental to their development. Because think about it this way. So when a kid is like, I don't know, when do parents tell their kids that Santa's real? Like 3 or 4?
Like 3 or
Older
since
than
they're
that.
born, and then
Yes.
what, like 8 or 9 is
So
when they stop?
you tell them that, and as soon as they think that a man can fly reindeer and get to every house in the entire world in one night, by extension, they believe that magic is real. They really think that there's a magical force out there that can grant wishes and read minds and fucking teleport, basically. And then when you're 8 years old, it's all fucking just like ripped away from you. And it's honestly, like, when that happened to me, I was fucked up for years. I'm not even kidding. Like, it was really difficult to accept that, because I thought that maybe if Santa was magic, maybe I could be too. And once you learn that you can't be, and that, things like Harry Potter are bullshit, like, I don't know. It was a transitional period for me. I was like, this is fucked up. You guys know what I'm talking about at all?
I understand what you're saying.
I guess
I agree and disagree. Like I think it's technically fucked up, but I also think having that like belief in the weird shit and like goofy shit and when I was a kid kind of like led me to be the person I am. You know what I mean? Like I think having those kind of like thoughts where I watched Star Wars, maybe I can fucking move something with my brain or something when you're a kid. Like I think that's just kind of like I don't think it's necessarily bad.
Yeah, no, like while you're in it, it's great, but then when it gets ripped off, it's like a fucking it's like salt on the wound, you know
I
what
think
I
it's
mean?
less
If you
getting.
tell
I think it's less ripping the Band-Aid off and more just growing up. Like that's just
I think
how
because
life
for me
is.
it didn't really feel like the rug got pulled out from under me. It was the older I got, the more and more I started to think about it and being like, well, I mean, it doesn't really make that much sense. And then by the time I was like, Mom, Dad, is Santa actually real? And they told me no. I was like, yeah, I kind of knew. I just wanted to confirm. So I never felt like I had the rug
I
pulled
think
out. I
yeah.
just
All right,
kind of
well,
like
you don't have
grew
to
out of
show
it.
off. You know, what the fuck, man? You're like, I was smart enough to know the
Well, you also
entire
have-
fucking
Ethan was
time.
playing
Well, I was
fucking
like, I
40
was
A
like
chess
10.
when he was
dipshit who
like.
thought Santa was real.
Ethan was
Well, when
playing
you're a kid
fucking
too, you also
40
have other
chess
kids
when he
at
was 10 years
school
old.
telling you have those kids at school that like they're like telling you like my parents told me he's not real, so it's
Yeah,
like
those
that's
asshole
bullshit.
kids.
That's bullshit, dude.
Yeah, but you guys are saying that's just the way the world is, but it's like, why does it have
No.
to be that way? Where we lie to kids about magic
But
being real?
I
you
agree
know?
with you, but like think about it in this terms. Like you have a kid, right? Or if you have a kid, right? Do you not want to give them that experience?
Because
I
then
don't,
what if
honestly,
they're
no, I don't.
what if they become the kid that just rips that away from other kids?
It's
I'm-
the same thing as like kids having imaginary friends or whatever. You know, when kids have shit like that, I don't know what's the harm in giving them that sense of imagination. Eventually, they're gonna grow out of it anyway. So what's the harm in that? Just give them a little wiggle room to be a kid, and then once they're ready to grow up,
And
they'll
also,
grow
like,
up. You know.
It also adds like a bunch of tradition too, like the like leaving the cookies out and like all the like little fun things for Christmas that aren't necessarily just Santa. It's like the whole setup of Christmas, like it gives them a lot more to look forward to.
It's just exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, personally, I've already confirmed this with my girlfriend. If we have kids, we have a don't ask, don't tell policy about Santa with our kids. So they're not allowed to ask. We're not allowed to tell. They learn about it from school. It's whatever.
Yeah,
So if
I
they
mean,
learn
I don't
about
think
it from
there's a
school,
right
like,
or
hey,
wrong.
there's a guy at Santa, will you be like, yep?
You just tell them Kronkus exists instead of Santa and see what
Just,
sort of
yeah,
effect
there is
that
no
will have.
Santa, there's only Krampus.
Yeah.
That's even worse, though.
If you're bad, you will be disemboweled, and I will get thrown into a hell pit,
Eh,
little boy.
If you
At least
are
with
good,
Santa,
you
it's like a kind magic. It's a special magic that brings you gifts and has flying reindeer. Krampus is a fucking pocket universe monster.
Yeah, if you are good, nothing will happen to you and nothing will remotely change in your life. But if you are bad, then Kronkus will break down your door and kidnap your entire family and throw them down to hell.
And also, you know, while we're on the topic, the Tooth Fairy is one of the most insane, fucking terrifying
That is weird.
things that I've ever heard about.
Have you seen Darkness Falls?
Clearly,
No,
haven't.
what's that?
No.
It's basically like a horror movie about the Tooth Fairy. It's like if you wake up and see the Tooth Fairy, you're basically cursed forever. And like the only way to stay alive is to like stay in the light. So there's like a guy who like saw the Tooth Fairy as a kid, and then like as an adult he's like still hiding from the Tooth Fairy, and he like buys a lighthouse so he can live in a lighthouse to stay safe from the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah,
That's kinda sick.
imagining like a giant sized Tinkerbell that has fangs. Like she has to have like weird fangs because she's a Tooth Fairy, and she lives in a castle made out of children's teeth. It's a horrifying image that I thought about a lot when I was a kid.
Clearly, you haven't
Sick.
seen Rise of the Guardians, the DreamWorks movie where Santa, the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, and Sandman team up to
And
fight.
Boogeyman.
Yeah, fight the Boogeyman.
Oh, I
No.
thought you were gonna say Krampus.
Oh, no, that would be awesome. I'll make the
That
squeakquel
would be
where
sick.
I'll make the squeakquel where they fight Kronkus.
They fight Krunko McUncle.
Yeah. One more.
All right,
Okay, I
guys,
know we.
do you-
Okay, one more question. I swear to God, this is the last thing. I wanted to bring this up. Okay, Die Hard. Is it a Christmas movie or not? How do you guys feel about this
Yes.
topic?
Yes. Any
No.
movie that takes place during Christmas,
Shut the fuck
Dude,
up,
all right.
VHS Nick.
dude. Die Hard has enough references to Christmas. It takes place on Christmas.
Mhm.
It's like, yes, I will admit that the Christmas vibes are circumstantial, but they're important enough to the plot. The only reason why they're all in the hotel or an office or something, or this is a workplace, right? They work there.
Yeah.
It's a work party.
Well, they're
the
at
only
an
reason
office
they're there.
Christmas
Yeah, it was a
party,
work
yeah.
party. It was the Christmas party for the.
But he was like a
Yeah.
cop.
Yeah. So what other reason would all the people be there if not for Christmas?
Okay,
Christmas is the catalyst for
Here's
the entire
here's my
Okay, then
here's my opinion.
here's a
I think
follow-up
it's
question. Here's a follow-up question. But then by that logic, are stuff like Lethal Weapon and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, are those Christmas movies too?
You explain like what the Christmas vibes are in those movies. I've never seen those. I haven't seen
Well,
those.
because both of those. So
I'd say
Shane,
by his argument, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is a Christmas movie, but I don't think Lethal Weapon would be because it takes place over too much time.
because Shane Black has this thing. I mean, Die Hard isn't written by
Iron
Shane
Man
Black,
3, he
but
does
like,
it too, right?
yeah, is Iron Man 3 a Christmas movie then? By that logic,
Yes.
is Iron Man 3 a Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
For sure.
I think if you want to call it a Christmas movie, go for it. I'm not going to fight you on
I think
anything.
if it wins in the court of public opinion, I won't argue it, but I don't personally see it as a Christmas movie.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean it's a personal thing. I mean, not like on the Die Hard poster, he's not wearing like a fucking Santa hat. That's for sure.
That'd be
But he
so sick if he
should.
was, though.
They should have. The whole movie would have been. I mean, the movie is already great, but it should have. It could have been even better if the entire time
We need
Bruce
somebody
Willis
to
was
just
wearing
go
a
in and
Santa
like
hat.
fucking digitally add a Santa
Just
hat
add a
onto his
PNG
fucking
of
head
him.
the entire movie.
We
make
should
a
add
Die
the
Hard.
Chill Grinch instead of Severus Snape. It's the Chill Grinch.
Yeah, make a Die Hard special editions in the same vein as the original trilogy special editions or fucking whatever.
God damn it.
All right, guys.
All right.
Great episode. Stay chill.
Great episode.
Merry Christmas. Happy
Holidays,
holidays, everybody.
Merry
Happy
Christmas,
Kronkus.
Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Ramadan, Happy Hanukkah. Well, thank you guys for watching our holiday spooktacular episode. If you enjoyed this, please leave us a rating on all of your podcast listening to platforms or leave us a like on YouTube. Make sure you watch our next two episodes for our watch list episode, which will be Enter the Void and Brazil. And that'll be about it. See you guys later.
Merry Kronkus.
Happy holiday.
Bye bye.